right. Welcome in to the Rings of Power season finale review. Kevin Hurt, Brian Shore, and run NY2MD podcast. I only said that 5,227 times. We're here on Streamer on YouTube. Subscribe and like. Facebook, IG, Twitter, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, and Stitch Apps. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find the NY2MD podcast. So we are here. We're at the finale. We are in the middle of the earth. We are at the power of the ring. We are at the dark and the light. We have made it, Harfoot. We are here. Sir.
Thank goodness the finale is finally here. Boy, this has been a long season. But Hurt, finally, Hurt, this was the episode I was waiting for, Hurt. Good gracious.
Goodness for that.
Good.
Because I feel like we're going to come to
this finale was great. Where was it?
Like a Tony the Tiger.
I know. Where was this? Where has this been all season, Hurt? This finale was freaking awesome. I wasn't looking at my clock. I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. They didn't linger from one place to. They didn't linger. There was no filler. It was action. It was story. It was revelations. We got rings, Hurt. What did I say? What did I say at the
as soon as I saw one, I was like, he needs to be happy now.
We got rings. I said on the last podcast, the name of the show is The Rings of Power. I ain't seen one ring yet. And I don't know if we're gonna get it. I don't know if we're gonna get a ring, but yo, Hurt.
Not one, not two, not three.
But no, Hurt. This episode was great. Dude, what did you think of the finale? Am I overdoing it or what?
No, first of all, I love this show from episode 1. So again, I'm not saying it didn't have slow episodes. That one episode was trash. So, the one we did the last review on. Yeah, but this was it gave me more depth of characters that I needed them to have a little bit. The Galadriel, more depth into her, more depth into Halbrand, more depth into the stranger, the three people, and just a little bit just more deeper, things going on in the middle of the earth. And I was like, this is what, we needed it. And it was good. Now, we didn't have any dwarves or anything, but it was still, I could see where season 2 can pick up and where they could hopefully, and I really do believe this, they're going to pick up and run it. Because, it just Halbrand's going towards the volcano and, Hades is going to break loose, like literally. And, we have, the 3 elven rings. We got a whole bunch of stuff. I love the episode. I really did enjoy it.
Yeah, man. And I thought the episode started well when we see the 3 mysterious people. They catch up to the stranger and they call him Lord Sauron. I was like, oh.
And that was at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, that's when I was like, I know this episode. Okay, y'all got me. This is cool because I did not see.
But did you believe it?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Did you?
Wow. Nope.
Really?
Remember, after watching all 6 of the movies,
I
just looked at him. I'm like, that can't be him. I felt like someone else is going to be destined to be a bad guy. I just don't know what bad guy he would have been. But the fact that they spent so much time with him and the Harfoots, it was just, and I'm like, even though they were like Lord Sauron, I was like, I don't know. And I expected him to look or turn or something evil. He just never did it. Even when they were like, hey, we bowing to you. You got the power. We know who you are. And it's like, am I? It was this back and forth. But the thing is, you don't, in my estimation, you don't start the episode off with breaking the lead. So you know what I mean? Like, oh, this is it. I just like this just doesn't. It didn't feel right. It didn't set right in my soul.
So let me ask you a question, because you're more versed in this than me, and explain this to me if
I can.
if you can, right? What is Sauron? Is Sauron an entity? Is he that inhabits humans? Is he a human? Is he a man? Like what is Sauron exactly?
Sauron is like almost like a spirit, and he can show up in many forms. And if evil, like he was kind of banished after the ring, but his essence stayed around because the ring wasn't destroyed.
So what does he have to find a new person to not
Corrupt, basically. It's kind of like what he did with Saruman. Remember, Saruman was a powerful, good wizard, but he slowly and surely, through power and manipulation, corrupted him. So that's what he does. It's almost how he had Galadriel. Just think about, Halle Berry just talking like, look at this power we can have. Because remember during the Lord of the Rings, when she turned, it's like, if I had the ring, and that flashback, she was like,
I was like, oh shoot, because that threw me for a loop. I was like, oh whoa,
when I first saw the movie and she did that, I was like, and she was like, whoa, okay, you know what? Let me dial this down. She wasn't at 10, she was at 20. Right?
Yeah.
And she's like, nope, see, this is why I can't have it. I'm good. You go. Like, take this light with you, whatever. Like, take this sword, it might glow, whatever it is. I'm good. Because you know what? Because now I feel like I know, because she's been through that now. So I know how she could have felt, as that power could have been through her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what he does. He manipulates the essence of it is around, so he doesn't necessarily die, because there's things that people use to conjure him or have him, like the ring before the rings, but that little evil thing that Ader has, those things that are around for him.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes.
So I like. So who is the stranger? Is that Gandalf?
It's got a dude. I had a feeling it was him from the beginning, but when he said, just follow where your nose takes you, I'm like, that's Gandalf. That's it. That's a Gandalf thing. That's Gandalf. And I knew he was good. He's got like the little shawl on. He's kind of disheveled. He looks like Gandalf. That's what I thought.
Yeah, because I was looking at him, and even the way he was talking, I was like,
But when he's like, where you want to go? I was like, just follow where your nose takes you. I just hear Gandalf saying that. I like, it's Gandalf. So I was like, we got Gandalf. We got Gandalf, people. That's all. I'm happy. I'm happy. So I mean, you didn't have to take yourself off. I mean, you're that mad about Gandalf?
No. I'm having
technical difficulties.
Yeah, with my eyes right now. So I'm gonna go off camera for a second here.
I know. I know. We don't need to see it. Yeah. So look at you. Look, the eye of Sauron has gotten you. Jeez, what is going on? But you know what was the cool thing? And I don't know if you caught it. When they were making the rings, the elven rings at the end, what did it look like?
What did it look like?
Yeah.
I
remember when Elrond threw in that last, or whatever, that piece of mithril into the cauldron of gold and silver?
Yeah.
What did it look like?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
So I was like,
I noticed that, but I didn't make that connection.
Yeah. And I was like, because they're still making it from the one ring that was made for Sauron. So that means Sauron is still going to have. I was like, they're still making that from the remnants, or in the same way Sauron made his ring.
You gotta. How did Sauron?
So he taught them how to make the ring that he's going to have, right? So they made these 3 rings the same way.
Okay.
So it's still coming from his one ring, which was made first, will have some power over those 3 rings. That's what I took when they put that thing that looked like the eye. That's the only thing to me, that's what it meant. Now, I could be wrong. I could be guessing here, but there's a reason why I was staring at it, I was like, dude, that looks like the eye. Like the way he didn't do it on purpose, but he just flicked it in there and it looks like the eye. And I'm like, yo, I was like, how he did it, how he taught them how to make it and to redo it over again. And they're making the 3 rings. I feel like he's going to have power, some kind of power over those 3 rings because his was first.
Okay, now can you explain the purpose of these rings? Because the elves had 3 elven rings, the dwarves have 7 rings, and then 9 rings were given to men. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll get those other ones will come out. Let's just focus on the 3 elven rings. They wanted to make those 3 rings for good to combat the evil that's going to be from Sauron. So it's going to be given to 3 of the elven people to hold to help combat the evil of what's going to occur, basically, from what Sauron's going to do to, Middle Earth.
Okay.
But without them really knowing that, in a way, they're playing into the hands of Sauron.
Okay.
And those other rings will be made basically the same way.
Okay.
That's why it's always one ring to rule them all.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, when I saw that was.
How did you like the reveal of Sauron?
I was cool with it because I'm glad she figured it out. She was like, "Who are you?" Like
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. I felt it. I just should have known. And she's been hunting this guy the whole time. And I was like, "Who are you?" She's like, "Yo, you know who I am." So like, yo, you know me. Your brother knows me. You know what I'm saying?
Now, if they didn't save him, would he have died?
Say again?
Would he have died?
I doubt it. He could have just inherited someone or something else. I don't think he would have died because
right.
It was a mortal wound only an elf could do. The dude was up and walking around.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
the rest of it's like, nah, let's get this thing going. I got this. Oh, look at all this stuff here. Let's get this thing made. So I totally think that he knew he had to be there in order for it to work. To me, I think he planned the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what else. I love the scenes too. I really liked when she figures out who he is, and he starts messing with her mind. She starts seeing her brother. I love that scene. Then she's underwater. She's back underwater. Just those transitions that were made, I thought were great. And I just love how
and him talking, like the fact he was talking to her, like, look at what this is and how this happened. Then he calmed the water down, like this could be us.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, what about all the people you killed? That was like, that's a miscommunication. I was trying to make things better. I didn't think that way. Just kind of fight some people. Brother was one of them. It just happens. You know what I mean? And then he went to and then he knew that she was resisting. So then he brought the storm back and was just like, all right, you want to fight me? This is what's going to happen. That's when she ended up in the water. And he went up and basically had the ring made and rolled out. So, yeah, it was, that whole imagery and everything, how he was talking was great. And like I said, I really did enjoy this episode. It's a show. Now, I think it's going to come back in 2024. But, I really did enjoy every nuance of the show. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I really, really love this episode, man. Like I said, this was exactly what I wanted. And they finally gave it to me. Like I said, dude, I could not take my eyes off the screen. Like I did not look at my clock once watching this episode, man. It was great. I've heard a lot of people complain about the Harfeet. Yo, the Harfoots, man, I love them, man. I love them. That's
why people complain about the Harfoots.
Yeah, I've listened to different things, and apparently they just feel like why they're here. They don't serve any point. Like it's slowing down the story. I totally disagree. I feel like the Harfoots are some of the harder to show, and I love it whenever they come on screen.
I love him. But again, now that I feel like I know it's Gandalf, it makes sense why he's so close to the hobbits.
Yeah.
He's just these little people help save him and help him find who he's going to be eventually. And now we know one of them went off with him to help establish who he's going to be in the future.
Yeah.
So without these little people, where would he be?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really did like the episode. I love the series. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I don't know what's left for me to watch on TV because now we just finished She-Hulk and this is done. And of course we're going to do our other show after this. But man, I really did enjoy it. I know there's 1 million rings out there, but how many rings are you going to give this?
Dude, I look, I got to get this 9 rings, man. This is
the episode?
Yeah. I'm giving the episode 9 rings.
And what do you give the show?
I was going to say 5. I was going to give the show 5 rings, but this finale lifts it up to a 6.
Oh, okay. Well, to me, it's 8 and 8.
Okay.
I mean, 8 and 8. This is the Lord of the Rings to me. I've enjoyed it along the way. There have been missteps. There's not one show that didn't have one.
Right.
Or a couple or two. Every show. And so I enjoyed it. I loved it. 8 and 8. I can't wait for it to come back. But yeah, that's Rings of Power, man. Rings of Power. So
thank you, Rings of Power, for finally giving me what I wanted.
Yeah, with your rings.
Yes, I've been waiting for rings, Hurt.
The rings. That's all he wanted. The man only wanted from day one is some rings. From the mines. If he had mines and rhymes, you'd be fine.
Oh man.
But no, that was awesome. So, but thank you everybody for tuning in for our Rings of Power season finale. Seemed like we didn't spend a whole bunch of time on it, but because we have other things we got to do. So, but thank you everybody for tuning in. StreamYard, YouTube, subscribe and like, Facebook, IG, Twitter, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you find podcasts, you'll find the N1 MD podcast and all our review shows. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah. Rings of Power.